Good morning, YouTube world. I'm your host, Paul Italia. It is my pleasure to introduce today's guest. We got Alex Kurdecha in the house. What's up, Alex? How you doing, brother?
Yeah, nice to see you, brother. Nice to see you. Like I said before, long time no see.
Yep, it's been a while. East versus West 4 was we got to kick it and hang out, and what a fun weekend that was.
Yeah, absolutely. It was very cool.
So I want to start off with your basics. I want to just get your height, weight, and age.
34 years old. My height is 2 meters 02 centimeters. The waist now is probably 153, 54, something like that.
So 202 centimeters, that would be 6'7"?
Something like that. I'm not sure, but near to that probably.
And around somewhere around the 330-pound mark, correct? Damn.
Yeah, maybe.
You're a big boy. So
I'm honestly like not small, but I don't think that I'm a biggest version of myself yet. I never put the goal to be the biggest, but probably in future will be.
Wow. So I want to get your take on the top 5 left hand in the world currently.
So for now, I believe the first it's Artem, which is ranked like number 1. And also, I believe that Vitali, and Tobias, it's very close guys to the spot number 1. It will be more clear after the match because we know that they have the match in the East versus West. From the West, I believe it's Corey West. Actually, he is from the West and he is Corey West, yeah. And who else? Of course, I want to add Levon there, and I want to add Dennis there. But Levon says that he has injury and like he's not really interested now in the left-handed matches. So that's why I cannot put him in high position because if he will pull lefty, I believe he will be very high. And Dennis, actually, it's a guy who just started his comeback, but I believe in his left arm is unbelievable, and I believe he's definitely in top 5.
What about David Dedekon?
You know, also, he's very close to these top 5. I just don't know. I need one more match that he can with somebody like Vitali or Tobias to know that he will be the same like with Morozov, or it will be different. Because sometimes, you know, the between hookers have very, very tough match. But if top rower can open the wrist of his opponent, it can be one-sided match. But absolutely, definitely, he's very close to this top 5. Maybe he's inside top 5. I'm not sure just because I want to see more matches. For example, he versus Tobias or maybe versus Vitali. It will be the answer. The answer, yeah.
So you mentioned Vitali and Tobias, and we know in the next East versus West, they're going to be pulling each other left hand. So I want to get your prediction on that match.
You know, the favorite probably is Vitali, but Tobias is very bright, young man, very motivated. He has a very good wrist control and good power of the wrist and fingers, especially in the rising for the classical top row. He's very good. Vitali is very, you know, he's very well-rounded about top row. He's like have a lot of movements of wrist control. He knows a lot about setup. He knows how to grip his opponent comfortably to him and arm comfortably to his opponent. And I believe that it will be very not so comfortable for Tobias because of Vitali experience. But if Tobias work in the needed direction and make this huge homework, which he's probably already did, he can make huge surprise for everybody, including me, including myself.
Now, you've met Vitali in person, correct?
Yeah.
Who's taller, you or Vitali?
Vitali is taller, definitely. Couple centimeters, he's taller. Yeah.
Wow.
In top 8, when we was in top 8, he was the tallest, and actually the tallest arm wrestler I ever met. He definitely taller than Derek Smith. He taller than probably the tallest. I don't know anybody who taller than Vitali.
Wow. Now, who do you think is the biggest threat to Artem Morozov, style-wise?
You mean on the left?
On the left, because we got Artem as #1 right now, currently in the world.
Artem is very cool and great because of his smart arm wrestling style. He's up to change during the match. He's well-rounded, very clever young guy. And he's always fighting the key during the match. You remember, even I would like to say about his right with Dave when he was fighting in the third round, and with the Tobias in the first round. Tobias was stronger on the wrist and opened his wrist, but after Artem was able to change the style more to the hook, more to the side pressure, and it was the key in the match. I believe that he will be, for everyone, Artem will be very, very dangerous opponent about that. And for Artem, probably, maybe, will be dangerous opponents who will be stronger in the wrist, tall top rowers. So Vitali, actually, I think it's a dangerous opponent. And I believe that Tobias also, because Tobias now growing up like Armwrestler, growing in the technique, growing in the process of preparation, and he's also rising star. We have two rising stars like Artem and Tobias. It's a young man who like going by huge steps to the top.
Okay. Now, what about if Denis Saplenkov gets focused on the left hand? Does he have the potential to be the #1 guy again?
Oh man, absolutely, yeah, absolutely, yeah. If Denis, I even don't like take into the discussion, because Denis, it's absolutely leader. If he goes with left and he's good shape, I believe that Denis is a king of slow arm wrestling. He might be not the strongest version of himself by pure power, but he probably now the best version of himself by technique. And he's very cool with this slow arm wrestling. He can find the position where he needs to hold you, grab you by huge hand, control your hand, and like give you possibility to try and all you want. And after that, he just come back. He's amazing with this movement,
Now, I seen some video out there of you pulling Denis right after East versus West. Was that with the left arm as well?
Yeah, it was with the right and the left. And, it was, of course, for feelings like he wants to feel how it will be in the slow. I remember that I grabbed his hand and, he was fantastic. Of course, he was not on the shape, and I also was not in the shape like the day before competition. It was like totally off season, but he still have this frame. He still have this power. Left and right, both. Probably left even more. He now not trained too much left, but he still got it. Absolutely. And I remember, what? I watched the video of practice, him and Zaur, by the way, left and right. And Zaur tells me after, he also watched my practice with Denis. He says that he agrees that Denis is the king of slow arm wrestling. If you will try to play slow arm wrestling with Denis, you probably lose.
Now, is he hurt left hand? Why isn't he focusing right now on the left? Because I think Devin was the one that told me that he possibly could be hurt or something like that.
When we pulled, he says that he feels something strange in the left, and that's why he don't train to the maximum of left. Right? He's absolutely cool with. Even, if we takes and ask him previously how he feel, he never lose probably on the left. Never. And in right, of course, he has some difficult matches with the guys. So maybe he lose a couple of rounds even on our fights. But he says that it's only one because he don't feel that he can train for the maximum. That's why he probably don't want to go for today and don't want to go to any arm fight. But if he will start train till the maximum, oh man, it will be something very special.
Do you think that a trained Levon on his left hand against a trained, peaked out Dennis on the left hand, who do you think wins that?
Oh man, very hard to answer on this question. Why? Because for today, Dennis is not still on his peak, and Levon actually don't want to pull on left. Yeah. So if I need to compare the previous shape of Levon when he, for example, won the Zloty Tour Tournament World Cup, he was amazing by left, and he actually was better on the left. I don't know when he was injured. Probably it was on the training session or something like this. I need to ask him, but it was not on the competition, definitely. And just he after was focused on the right because top 8 was on the right. Matches on the King of the Table was on the right. Most matches on the East versus West was also on the right. Thanks to Engin, it's huge that he started the matches on the left. And I believe we will be like up to date with information who is the strongest guys on the left, because we need more matches. But for answer, who is stronger, Levon or Dennis, I don't see a clear answer for me for today. Because even compare on the training practice or something, it's actually not the same like competition, When you pull on the competition or arm fights, it's absolutely different. But what I can say, it will be highest position, Levon and Dennis. For example, if you ask if all the guys will be training for the maximum, absolute maximum. So in the position of spot number 1 will be Levon, Dennis, in the middle will be Artem. So something like this.
Now, what can you say? Because you gripped up with both of them. I seen some practice footage out there of 2019, you pulling Levon. Can you give me a comparison what their hands feel like when you grip up with them?
The difference which you can feel is Dennis prefer slow arm wrestling. He's very good in it. Levon is actually interested to finish the match as soon as possible. Like if it's possible to flash pin you, he will try to do it in that way. And Dennis is also very big level of horsepower, and he also can start pin you from the start of goal. But he's also very, very cool and calm if he gives you to start, hold you and control you. And after that, he can be very good with that. I believe that Levon prefer not long matches, but like flash pin matches, fast matches. And compare the hands, they both have approximately the same sized, huge hands with strong fingers, with strong wrist, with actually strong pronation movements and supination movements, and actually in a totally good hand control, both of them. And to say that, for example, there is a difference between hands, I would say not. They feel differently. Like in the starting position, you feel Danny's hand like it's more control your hand. Levon's hand like gives you the illusion that you can do something, but after ready go, he immediately like squeezed you for the 100%. So it will be the difference, but the highest level of the power, both of them.
Now, what are you more dominant with, your right hand or left hand?
Left, absolutely.
Do you see yourself hitting that top 5, or can you be in there today?
To be to be honest, it's cool to pull with some guys, to compare myself, because inside, of course, I have some things and thoughts, but it's better to check. It's better to check to pull with somebody. Actually, it was the plan, and we have planned with Artem the left hand super match on the previous and last East versus West, but Artem wants to take the rest until the summer. I totally understand him because he has a huge season with a lot of arm fights, and absolutely normal that he wants to rest a little bit. And now he has a huge upcoming match on the right for spot number 1 with Levon. So of course it's also like logical that he will be concentrated a little bit more on this match. But in the future, definitely will be.
Who do you think is the favorite in that match, you or Artem?
You know, I will put him like in favorite. Why? Because I saw a lot of his matches, and he has a very bright season, very cool season with huge opponents, and he deserved the sport number 1. He deserved. Now, like everybody, me including, we are pretenders, but he is like an owner. He is the king of the place, and we need just to defeat him if we want to deserve the sport number 1. Actually, if I remember, the owner of the hammer is Dennis. So it will be cool if Dennis also will come back, and we will have like the king of the table left-handed and the king of the table right-handed. Now right-handed is Levon, but left-handed, according to my remembers, it's probably Dennis, because nobody take the hammer from him after he defeat Devon.
Okay. And guys, if you haven't already, make sure you click that subscribe button. I'll also get over to Alex's YouTube channel. He's got a lot of great content on there. Make sure you subscribe over there as well.